Hi, so here is my update for weight loss on this round of HCG raw vegan protocol. I did it for, so 2 days of load and then 39 days on the VLCD. So a total of 41 days with HCG. And I'm on the second day of the 3-day 72-hour no HCG at all injected VLCD. So I'm still staying on the same diet until Friday. And then Friday, because today is, by the way, Wednesday. So it's the second day of 72 hours. Tomorrow will be the third, and then Friday I will start very gradually and slowly adding some more calories and some fat into my diet, and I will be sticking to the eat to hunger way of doing things, so I naturally don't start gorging or putting more food than I need because of some story in my mind that I need to have a certain amount of calories or something. So that's what I'm doing. And so here's the update in this time period. So I lost 20 pounds. Now, some people say you should actually add in what your load weight was, meaning the amount you gained during a load. And so if I did that, the number would be something like 32 pounds, because I believe I gained 2 pounds during my load. I loaded very cleanly, which means very, very low carb, and just things like tahini and things that are really high fat protein but very low carb right before doing this round. Reason being because I come from a raw vegan or high raw vegan lifestyle where I was eating a very high carb diet, and I didn't want my body to go into shock and get carb withdrawals, which I knew I was going to have carb withdrawals if I was to switch such a quick gear of being, in essence, a high protein diet, high fat diet in a sense. Because when we're on the VLCD, we're actually taking in a little bit of carb, a little bit of protein, what have you, but our bodies are running on the fat from our bodies. So in essence, we're having a high fat diet in that way. And so people have experienced very, very, very bad carb withdrawals and detoxing if they didn't eat cleanly and before they did the load and when they did their load. And so that's what I did. Anyway, so I guess anywhere from 30 to 32 pounds down, 20 to 22 pounds down. One can dream. And based on which you're going based on. But so clothes wise, I'm able to fit into clothes that I was not able to fit into before, and nor have I been able to fit into for quite a while. Really cool stuff like some khaki pants and cool little sweaters and shirts, and I've been able to go down a couple of sizes and not wear things that have to cover everything all the time. And so I have these gorgeous flowy shirts that are now too big on me, and jackets and stuff, and I gave them all to my friends, and it's beautiful to see them on them. It looks so good on them, and to know also that it doesn't look good on me anymore. So that was good. My measurements, I lost 30 inches off of my body, and that is only counting the places that I measured, because there are places on my body that I did not measure that I know I lost. I know I lost inches, and so next time if I do a round again, I'm going to measure those areas too. And those areas are: I did not measure my face, my neck, my shoulders, my wrists, and my ankles. And I have to tell you that I had some swelling and fat and water over there, and they went down, and so I'm very, very grateful for that. But what I did do is I looked up online what a good list of places to measure and how do you measure. And so I measured before I did this round, and then I measured yesterday, And I'm really glad I did. I've been using all these different tools. I have a huge folder on my computer of before and after pictures of people, mostly from HCG, where I feel like that would be very motivating to me, especially because I would see pictures of people whose, their after pictures, or I would never think they ever weighed the way they did in their before pictures. I wouldn't even think that body would fit into that other body. I mean, it's just crazy. And also to, be texting to a friend of mine my daily weight every day, and, for that. And then having measured myself before and after, having bought clothes, going to thrift stores and stuff, and buying clothes that I almost fit into, as like, okay, I'm going to fit into these and I really like them and it would be nice to be able to fit into them, and then being able to fit into them, stuff like that. To measuring myself, and also having my best friend doing this too at the same time, being able to talk to him about it, stuff like that. Really, really cool. Anyway, it's good to have tools. And also another thing that I did was, I didn't tell anybody that it was HCG. If people asked what I was doing, I just said I'm going through a detox, which in essence I am. It's raw vegan, and it's also removing fat from the fat cells, which carries your toxins. I don't know if you know that, but that's where one of the main places that we store our toxins are in our fat cells. And so that's why sometimes people on HCG will get sick, get flu-like symptoms sometimes. Sometimes it's from the carb withdrawal. And sometimes it's because there's toxins and they got to do something about it. Oh, and so another thing I was doing was I was also periodically getting into a sauna. I have a personal sauna that goes up to my face, and it goes up to 150 degrees. And, and I do it for like 40 minutes when I do it, and I sweat. And so I'm able to detox that way as well. I didn't use any cosmetics. Every once in a blue moon, I would use a tiny, tiny bit of mascara, but that's it. And no nothing on my skin. And when I would go to take showers, and I'd always been curious about this because a lot of people in the vegan community would do, I forgot what it's called, but I think it's like no poo shampoo or something. And what it is it's just you rinse off your hair, you brush it through with water, but you let your natural oils from your hair it's hard to explain, but I always thought that your hair would be so greasy after, and it's not. It was so gorgeous after. And so, just to air, I don't like using the oil-free shampoo and conditioner because they have chemicals. And of course I couldn't use the coconut oil shampoo and conditioner because they have oil. And so I really just felt, you know what, try it now, do this. And it really worked out well. I think I used the oil-free shampoo and conditioner like twice, maybe, twice. And so yeah, it worked out really, really well. I thought I would feel gross, but I don't. That was just surprising. Surprise, surprise. Also, going without makeup. Not that I wear a lot of makeup anyway, but I do like eyeliner, mascara, sometimes a little bit of foundation, but not really, whatever. And I just thought, I'm not, but man, it was like, it was so underwhelming. Nobody noticed. It was so funny. So funny, the things that we think that are such a big deal. So now I feel much more cleaner in that way too, because I felt like I had to always wear makeup, like always wear at least eyeliner or mascara or something. What are you gonna do? Okay, so measurements. So my breasts were 47 inches around, the biggest part of them, 47 inches around. I really don't know what size chest I am. I believe I am a 36 double D. But honestly, I really don't know. I haven't gotten professionally measured in a really long time, and now the past year and a half, I've been using sports bras anyway, and those stretch, so I don't really actually know. I'm not really a big fan of bras anyway, so I don't really know when's the next time I'm going to go. But when I do get a bra, if I do, I'm going to find somebody who can professionally measure me. But of course, I want to wait till I lose the weight first, because the number is your chest and the cup is your breasts. And your chest is actually the part right under your breast. And so that's something that changes if you lose back fat, if you lose fat, period. And so, and of course, your bust could change too. So I started out at 47 inches for my breasts, and I went to 43. So I lost 4 inches off of my breasts, which is fine. They're still ginormous to me. And yeah, so I'll probably lose some more. The chest, which is the measurement, the number measurement underneath, the measurement went from 37 inches to 33. So I lost 4 inches off of my chest too. So 4 inches off my breast, 4 inches off my chest. So a total of 8 inches right over there, which is pretty significant. What was I going to say? So just a quick comment about this. I ended up going online because I was curious how much of my fat percentage had to do with actually the fact that my chest was so big. And I found a good number of women talking about this topic, where they were saying that that actually your breasts could stay quite large while the rest of you loses weight, and that your fat percentage could stay, the measurements of your fat could stay higher because of your chest, and that your chest might not even be, your breast might not even be, all fat. It could be just that you have more denser breast tissue. And so that is all that taken into consideration, of course, that when I think about my fat percentage of my body, I have to keep that in mind. So I'm really grateful to have all these different ways of measuring myself, so that I'm not just too focused on the weight on the scale, the fat percentage, the measurements, etc. I've also been taking before and after pictures, which I am kind of fond of. Not, I guess when I get to a really good after picture, I'll be super happy, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so I told you about my breasts and the chest part. Now the waist. So the waist, I was 35 inches and went down to 30 inches. So I lost 5 inches off of my waist, and I could definitely tell. I definitely can see that I have more to lose, so that's kind of cool. I'm curious what it's going to look like, because I really do have an hourglass figure, even bone-wise, so it's pretty cool. I'm curious. And then my hips were 44, and now they're 40, so I lost 4 inches off my hips. My thighs were 27 inches around, and this is measuring the fullest part. So wherever it is that, the thigh comes out the most, that's where you're supposed to measure it. And they were 27 inches around each thigh. And I have a lot of muscle in my thigh too, but I definitely have fat as well. I don't know why I had to put that little disclaimer, but it's there. So 37 inches, and then it went down to 24.5 each thigh, which is pretty thick still. But that's measured apart, the fullest part of the leg. And then my knees, which I've always had little chubby knees, I have my dad's knees, were 18 inches each. Now they're 17 inches. So I lost an inch off of each knee. And my calves were 16.25, measured around the fullest part, and I have some muscular calves. And they're down to 15.5. So I lost like 0.75 each calf. And then my upper arms were 15. I have fat arms. I have muscular arms and I have fat arms. I have both. I don't know which is more, but I definitely have weight to lose in my arms. I mean, I'm making them sound like they're ginormous, but to me they are. they're big. So, but I do have a lot of muscles, so it's hard to really tell because I have very, very large biceps and my triceps, but my biceps are huge, and from workouts and stuff I used to do, and so there's fat over it too. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell on a woman. It just is. Okay, so the upper arm were like 15, and then at the fullest part around, again, you have to find the fullest part. You have to go with the measuring tape until you find the fullest part, and then they went to 13, so I lost 2 inches on each upper arm, and then the forearms were 11.25, which is the fullest part of this, and then they went down to just 11, which is just, you know, a quarter of an inch, each. So yeah, though, on all those measurements, it adds up to 30 inches, and that's good. It's really good. Especially because, you know, without these numbers of the scale, the fat percentage, the measurements, if all I was doing was maybe taking before and after pictures, it really wouldn't. I feel like for me, psychologically, where I'm at, and also the information I needed were the numbers, because it puts it all into reality and proper perspective. Whereas, you know, if I'm taking a picture, it's really easy to notice fat in a certain area and feel defeated, or feel like, oh man, I cannot believe I still have that much there, or something like that, and you know, and not be able to really just surrender to the process of it all and trust in God and what we're doing to accomplish what it is that we're trying to accomplish. So yeah, so that's it for the measurements and for the weight loss, and I will check in again when I am, I guess, on the eating portion, when I'm on P3, which starts on Friday. So I really don't know what you call this 72-hour period. I guess you still kind of call it P2 because it's still the VLCD, but there's no HCG. So, or the HCG is leaving the body. So, yeah. So I guess I'll check in then. I also plan to get a. Oh, I want to say this other thing. So I wanted to make sure that my ARIA scale was accurate enough as far as like the fat percentage and the lean mass, and so I went to a gym where they do the bod pod, which is a highly accurate air pressure. You get into this egg-like shaped thing, and they close it on you, and they're able to. It's supposedly just as good as being submerged in water. So I went there, and the numbers were the same. So there you go. You know, fat percentage wise, there you go. It was exactly the same as the ARIA scale, which is only $150 off of Amazon. What are you gonna do? It's pretty cool to have something so accurate, and then I guess in the maybe today or later, I don't know, but I'm gonna go back to this clinic that I had visited a month and a half ago, and I did a body comp there too, where you stand on this very expensive machine and it tells you like how much you have in each arm, each leg. I mean, it's insane. I wish it could tell me how much I have in my breast. That would be awesome. But I haven't found anything that could tell you that, and I've seen some ridiculous pictures of people trying to weigh them too, and that doesn't work. So I don't know how you'd find out other than maybe a caliper, but that would hurt. Thank you. Ouch. So I'm going to be doing that, and but I pretty much already assume that it's going to be the same information, because it's been the same information as the ARIA, and so I'm grateful for that. So that's it. That's the wrap up. I will check in when I feel like I have something to share that is significant, and not just be babbling on YouTube. But thank you for listening. Bye bye.